We've all heard of the typical heart attack symptom of severe chest pain like an elephant sitting on your chest, but that's not always the case for women. Women's heart disease symptoms may go beyond just chest pain.
What we've learned is that some women actually present with more GI symptoms. It may be nausea, it may be vomiting, some more epigastric discomfort than actual chest pain. And what we've learned is to take that very seriously and make sure those symptoms aren't the heart instead of assuming it's from the abdomen.
If someone is having chest pressure, pain, or discomfort in their chest with exertion, they stop and within 5 to 10 minutes it goes away. Or if they're getting shortness of breath, exerting, going up a flight of stairs where 2 weeks ago, no problem. You stop, it goes away in 5 to 10 minutes. That is a red flag for heart disease.
For years we heard a daily aspirin could reduce your risk of heart disease, but that may not be right for everyone. The risk of bleeding from a daily aspirin could be greater than the reduction in your cardiovascular risk.
Now, certainly if you've ever had a stroke or a heart attack or you have diabetes, then you should be on an aspirin, particularly if you're over age 45. However, if you've never had one of these and you're less than age 45, your risk of bleeding from aspirin is probably higher than any benefit you'd see. If you're 45 to 60, depending on your risk factors such as diabetes, smoking, and your cholesterol, will make that choice of aspirin a personal one between you and your physician. But certainly everyone who's over 45 should not be on aspirin unless they have risk factors, as there are real risks of bleeding with aspirin.
Stress is a risk factor for everyone for heart disease, but we as women tend to handle it differently. We hold it in. Internalized stress is a risk factor for women.
For women, stress is even maybe more of an issue than for men. I think when you look at the comparison between women and men, women tend to internalize it. Not only that, is that when the man comes home from work, he lets his stress go. And he then kind of gets to a level where he's not worried about anything. The wife or the mother continues to have a full-time job, worrying about the food, making sure people are doing their homework, that the house is clean. That job never ends.
If you had problems in pregnancy, specifically preeclampsia or gestational diabetes, you need to be monitored later in life. Problems in pregnancy could be a future indicator of heart disease.
Preeclampsia is associated with some hypertension, swelling, and that may be an increased risk that that woman could develop sustained hypertension in the future, which means she just needs to be monitored and checked by her doctor regularly to make sure that doesn't happen. Gestational diabetes can also be a precursor to more permanent diabetes, which means the woman needs to take good care of her health, eat healthily, not gain weight, keep her BMI down, and again, address these concerns with her physician on a regular basis.
Some women do need to be on hormone replacement therapy, but not all women do. You need to discuss that with your doctor, and hormone replacement therapy will not protect you from heart disease.
In the 90s, we all thought that hormone replacement would actually protect you from heart attacks, and then through a number of studies we now see that it may not only not be protective, that it could even potentially be harmful, particularly in elder patients who smoke. So we certainly don't put anybody on hormone replacement therapy to protect them from heart disease anymore.